From WCIA3 Plus, with Mitchell Reif and Adam Sherwinski. This is Binging with the Boys.
Welcome back to another episode of Binging with the Boys. I'm one of the hosts, Mitchell Reif. How we doing, Adam?
I'm doing all right. I'm the other host, I guess. Did
Oh
you
my
not want to?
goodness.
You didn't turn my
Look at
microphone
that.
on.
Your microphone wasn't even on. Oh my goodness. Well, there's our boy Adam Sherwinski. We all know Adam.
I don't know if I want to talk now because clearly you don't want me to talk.
He's a little bit. You're mad at me. You're mad at me. This isn't our Dragon Ball episode.
No, that's another reason I'm mad at you.
We'll get to that.
There's a
We'll get to
list.
that.
There's a list, but I think there's a list for you and for me both. I mean,
Yeah.
you got your list for me. I've got my list for you.
So yesterday, Adam sent me. I'm sorry. 2 days ago, Monday, you sent. Wow,
No,
time is
it
flying.
was Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
I was sitting in the gym parking lot and I was like, I've got so many ideas.
He
I need
had
to send
a
them.
lot of creativity.
There were like 18 different ideas
Let me
of things
see
we
how
could talk
much
about.
You sent me because it was a lot, and
It
I was
was.
not prepared.
Some of them they were just funny titles I came up with.
Yeah,
19?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Malcolm is back, and he sucks even more now.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
and
in one
Malcolm in the
episode
Middle
of the
is back,
episodes.
and I loved Malcolm in the Middle growing up. So
I did too. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, who's your favorite? Wait. Who's your favorite of Malcolm in the Middle? Who's your favorite character?
Bryan Cranston, like
Bryan Cranston, Hal is up there. I would say I love Dewey a lot.
Okay, I could see that.
Malcolm
I could
is the
see-
worst.
Yeah.
Malcolm
It
makes
kind
me
of
cringe.
Really, just drives home the point of like why Bryan Cranston might have gray hairs now. Anyway,
Also, the fact that he's much older now.
Right,
That was like
exactly,
20 years
yeah,
ago.
Exactly. So today, we're talking about video games or movies that have been from video games or video games that are now turned into
So
movies.
it's video games that were turned into movies, right? But you got to remember back when I was a young man,
When I was a young warthog.
when I was a young warthog, yes.
Right.
When Mitchell was, forming his ABCs,
Yeah.
they used to do a thing, and I don't know if you remember this. I don't know how long they did it, where they would take movies like Iron Man or The Mummy Returns or Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That's one of my favorite EA games as a kid.
Oh, yeah. EA
But
games
they
where
would-
they're making movies and then made them into games.
But they made them into games. It wasn't just EA, but like a bunch of companies would do that. So like they would do licensed games based off the movie that was coming out later that fall or whatever. So like if you had and not every, it was more so action and adventure. You couldn't do it with like a rom-com. Like here's the rom-com video game. No, that genre would come later. But no, they had it where I'm trying to think of. They had a Finding Nemo one at one point. They had Emperor's New Groove was another one. They did a lot with Disney. They did it with the Mummy series. They did it with trying to think of some more. Iron Man. They did it with the Batman games too. The Batman Begins was
yes,
one of
they
them.
did. That's right.
And supposedly people say that Batman Begins game isn't that bad. That's the thing.
I don't think a lot of these are that bad.
A lot of them
because-
were shovelware. I'm gonna be honest.
A lot of them seemed like they were script for script. Let's like remake
Or
it.
they weren't script for script, and it was like, what am I doing? It's
Right,
completely different.
yeah.
It's like we're doing the story's completely different. Like the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets game is like, okay, there are story beats that connect to the movie or the book too. But there's a lot of things you do that are like major quests that have nothing to do with anything.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know if you've ever, and the same goes with the Mummy Returns game. What was cool about the Mummy Returns game
Is you could play
as
as
Imhotep,
either
or you could play as Rick. And the
Right.
first like mission as Rick, I'm like, this is not in the movie at all, but that's how they got the bracelet. And I'm like,
how they got it.
yeah. And then like, yeah. So there's like moments that kind of connect, but the whole thing, it's like if you play the game and you watch the movie, I'm like, I kind of the pieces.
like,
okay, but
okay,
then
I
and then
see the
why is he not
creative-
resurrecting these things in the museum? Oh, that's right, because the museum scene was not that long.
Okay. I like that. What's your favorite movie to then turn into video game?
That turned into a video game. So like,
Because I think I've got one.
I think I already know what your answer is.
Really?
Go ahead. It's the Super Mario movie.
It is not actually.
Sonic?
No. I was gonna say like back in the day when you said movies that were then turned into video games.
The
through-
licensed games.
Yeah.
I would say it's between Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, because the first three games were really good. Once they got to the fourth movie, it was like, this is not as good anymore. Just they went to more of like a action shooter style kind of thing. Whereas like the first three games are like explore Hogwarts, go to class,
Yeah.
win points. And it's
I
like,
do like when those games are they don't. It's not too simple, but we get a little bit of a simply.
You get the
put,
story
you're
plus.
allowed to like go to class, like
Yeah.
you said, or make a potion.
Or make
they
a
do that,
potion.
and I think one of my favorite ones from that is either Half-Blood Prince or
It would have to be the Half-Blood
Hallows.
Prince because that one I heard actually got better, and then
It was
Deathly
the
Hallows
Wii
was
game,
not good.
and you were, actually, able to wave around. You were able to apparate.
Yeah, though I've heard that the Deathly Hallows game was like it was just.
Yeah, it really was. But I will say, you do the whole bridge, lighting up. What's his name? Seamus. You play as Seamus for a little bit while blowing up the bridge. That's kind of cool. You apparate with Voldemort. But I will say the Deathly Hallows one is much better because that one you do go to class. You do.
Or you mean the Half-Blood Prince?
Or what did I say?
Deathly Hallows.
Oh yeah, I meant the 6th movie.
The sixth
that
book.
game
Yeah.
is probably peak for me because you actually go into Professor Slughorn's
Yeah, so that would be the 6th movie. Yeah.
and you are making the death potion or whatever it is. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
The first three games they really did. The first game was like you play as Harry. They explore Hogwarts, go to class. Second one's like you can explore Hogwarts after hours now. So like when night comes around, it's like okay, you got secret spots, so you don't get caught by a prefect. And then the third game, and that's the thing. Each version of the game back then too was like okay, we've got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the PS2 is different than Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the PC is different than the Game Boy Advanced. It's different from the Game Boy Color version.
It was all different.
All of them were different games. They were all different
goodness.
story beats. And they were all like had the same story beats from the movie, but they all had different things you could do and made them special. Like because I had 3 versions of it. I had the PC version, I had the PS2 version, which was awesome, and then I had the Game Boy Advance version, and it was so different. I'm like, this is such a different game. Like they had like pieces that were connected, but the story beats and how you play
A little
were
bit
different.
different.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where different consoles had the same game,
Yeah,
but
now it's
very
all ports,
different.
which is
Yeah,
fine.
it's always
I'm fine with. Gaming has changed since then. Now it's just like how much money can we make off of this? More, it's like let's make a piece of art and make a lot of money off of it too. But
Sounds like we're doing a Geek Speak Central episode.
it
But
almost sounds like that.
We're not.
We're talking about movies still, but we're talking about the shovelware that came with them. Oops, I mean the games that came with them. But that one I would say that one and the Mummy Returns are probably my 2
You
favorites.
like the Mummy Returns? Well, you're also
You
just
get to
a
play
mummy.
as Imhotep.
In general, you are a fan of.
I
the
like
Mummy
that. I like
series.
that aesthetic. I like that time period.
Yeah,
Plus, that movie was not as good as the game. The game was almost better, and the game was not very good. So
Really.
I have interesting feelings about the Mummy Returns.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's
Should we do a Brendan Fraser episode?
maybe?
Okay, we'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
Yeah. So now going to
What was yours though? Did
what?
you say what yours was going to be?
That was from the licensing game
Yeah, the
era.
licensed
It would be the Half-Blood Prince.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said that. Sorry, my bad.
Or
Ooh. He takes it back. It's actually the Simpsons movie, the game. Just kidding.
Simpsons game was good.
There's no Simpsons movie, the game, but it was the Simpsons movie.
There was a Simpsons movie.
Yeah, but there was the Simpsons. There was not a movie tied to or game tied to it. That was the Simpsons game.
You were
that
just
came
playing
later.
the game.
Yeah, it was just a game,
The Game
separate
Boy
game.
game. Oh, that was really fun. But
Oh.
no, I wouldn't say that was peak for me. I would probably say Half-Blood Prince if I'm like going off the cuff, like what I'm thinking about off the top of my head. But
now let's reverse it.
yeah,
Movies that are based off of video games. And
I've got a great list.
you
here,
got a
I
pretty
think.
good list, and we talked about it a little bit during the show today. One of the ones I can think of that finally broke the mold and said we can do this, it can be a thing, would have to be either Detective Pikachu, Sonic,
Or Super Mario.
Oh, yeah, before those, I think those two came before that. So I would say those two were the ones who were like, oh, we can actually make it. And I think the key thing is that when you back in those days, video games were kind of, I wouldn't say abstract, but they weren't as popular. You know,
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people were like,
storylines didn't. I want to. I was
Some
gonna
did,
say
some didn't.
storylines didn't have, or we didn't have.
They weren't
storylines,
deep.
but we did.
Didn't have to be as
right.
deep.
Yeah. They were just at surface level, and I think from the audience perspective, it can have maybe a stereotype of it's a video game. Let's leave it at that.
plus, I think they
versus
were
bring it to the
they were
big
trying to
screen.
bring they weren't finding the right. I wouldn't say the fan service amount. So,
Yeah.
you know, like, okay, if you have a Mario game, you got to mention certain characters, you got to have certain story beats, sound effects, whatever. And, you know, if you look at the 90s version of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I don't know what that is. That is a fever dream.
Oh really?
The original Mario Brothers movie? Yeah, it's live action.
What?
Yes, look it up. See, he's going to look it up right now, and he's going to be blown away because Bowser was like a dinosaur. It was really weird. And he had like a suit. I think John Leguizamo's in it.
93?
Yeah, 93. Who's in it? Who's the cast in that?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
What is this movie?
Yeah, it's a fever dream.
Wow, it is live action. Director Annabelle Jankel. Let's see. Bob Hoskins is Mario. King Koopa was Dennis Hopper.
You're right. See, it
Wow.
doesn't make sense. And who was Luigi? Was it John Leguizamo?
Yeah.
As Luigi.
Daisy was Samantha Mathis. Fiona Shaw, if you guys know, that is Harry's aunt in Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
What is Even Toad?
Toad?
Yeah.
You know, Toad.
No, I know you mean who Toad is, but I'm saying that the creation or the live action version of Toad looked very odd.
This is where we wish we had some pictures to show.
Right?
because
Yeah,
it's
we'll get there.
wild.
We'll get there
one of these
visual
days.
visual cues. We'll get
But
there.
right, like it's a wild. It's just a
little bit different.
Just looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is a massive fever dream. Yeah. So if you ever want to, then was it 1993 it came out?
93.
Yeah, 93. Check out the Super Mario Bros.
The
movie,
original
the original
Super Mario
one. You're
Bros.
not gonna like it.
Not the Chris Pratt one or Charlie Day. That's
insane.
really so. Your opinions on that, then? Because there's a lot of controversy based on Chris Pratt not doing.
Well, we'll get to that. But
Okay.
I want to say that time period, the 90s, when video games were becoming more popular, they were just like, all right, here's a director, here's an IP, let's make it work. And it just,
was tough.
you could tell that, but that's one of those things, you could tell that person either played the game just a little bit, but the people who were big fans of it were not really working hard on it to refine it and make it for the fans.
Absolutely.
And I will say that some of these movies were made for the fans in mind. The new Super Mario Brothers movies, I haven't seen the Galaxy yet,
Galaxy one,
but
yeah.
the one before it, the one that takes the Super Mario Bros. Movie, that one you can tell that somebody played the game, somebody
Right,
liked the game,
they had
somebody know what the fan service
It
was,
a
but they
whole
didn't do
movie
too much of it.
nostalgia, is what it felt like. You know?
Yeah, and there was some nostalgia, I would say, with it, but it was for Mario fans. If you liked Mario, you liked this. No matter what age you were and you liked Mario, which Mario touches a lot of ages, from our age to people older than us and people then younger than us.
Absolutely.
But also video games were, back then too, there was a disconnect. I mean, your people in Hollywood were probably like, video games, you mean the thing that collapsed in the 80s and no one likes anymore? And then the home consoles came back because Nintendo saved the day by having the Super Mario, the NES system.
Finally.
Again, we could talk about the video game crash of the 80s because it's a wild story if
That's
you
a
haven't
Geek
looked it up.
Speak Central topic.
That
We
is
should bring
something.
that up to Rob.
But I think it's
yeah.
because of that, it kind of marred the whole idea of video games. They're only for arcades and for dumb little kids. No one's going to want to watch this.
No, that's true.
And so you got Mortal Kombat movies. I think Street Fighter's another one that was in that mix in the 90s. But yeah, they have a bunch of Mortal Kombat movies. Doom was a movie that I remember looking at some of the art. I think The Rock's in that. I'm like, this is not the same Doom that I'm thinking of.
You said Doom, as in like Doom.
Like see, we have sound effects now.
Alrighty. Well, we'll get to our list in just a bit, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll
Okay.
talk about our favorites in a second. Welcome back for another episode of Binging with the Boys. Adam, did you just throw like a free throw, or
No, it was a 3-pointer. It was a corner three.
did it make it in?
It did not, because I don't know how to shoot. I'm not very good at shooting.
That's okay. That's okay. So we're talking video games to movies, movies to video games. Your list. Let's hear it.
So I haven't seen every single one, obviously.
Okay. Should I run you through more popular ones or big ones?
Let's talk about some of the ones that were more popular. And some of them might jog my memory. I went, that was a video game movie? Oh, I didn't realize that.
Well, one I haven't seen that I've heard. It's is Tetris.
I didn't know that was a
Taron
movie.
Egerton just came out in 2023. I haven't seen that
Now,
one. That's an Apple TV
but
one.
I think that one is about the creation of tennis or Tetris, not so much the game itself. You know,
what? It might be. You're right.
we're in a world where blocks are configured a certain
Yeah,
way
that'd
in
be
Russia.
a weird live action.
Dun. Like, yeah, I can hear it. Like, it's a very
It'd be a
cheesy
Chicken Little,
movie.
version where the sky is falling.
Yeah.
Literally, the sky is coming down.
Coming to theaters August 2027.
Let's see. We got Five Nights at Freddy, Mortal Kombat.
I haven't seen the second one, but we can talk about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie here coming up soon.
We got Uncharted. We've
Both
got
of us.
the Minecraft movie or a Minecraft movie.
Chicken Jocker.
Chicken Jackie.
Yeah.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, I actually recently saw that movie. That one isn't about a specific video game. It's
Right,
just about
it's just about
the
us
servers
being
and
in
games
the
in the
world.
game. Yeah. I actually liked Ready Player One. It was fine. I mean, it was a little more than Link's Palace. It was
Link's
more than
Palace.
that's like a barometer.
We gotta have that like as a clip when we get visuals
Yeah.
up here. Anyway,
It's a little bit better than that.
Jumanji.
Oh,
kinda-
which one?
I did not.
That's a board game. But that's a board game, though. Does that
Are
count?
we counting that though? Because that
I
came
don't really
across us
know.
on
Should
the
we
list,
count
and I
that,
was
folks at home? Should we count that?
should we
I'm not
count
going to because it's
Jumanji?
not a board game.
Are we
But
doing-
wait. But the board game is the original movie. But remember the reboot that they did with The Rock and everything?
I was gonna say-
that's a video game.
I was gonna say that's.
But it's not a real video game. So I don't think that counts. I'm not going to
Okay,
count
so it
that.
doesn't count. So, but do we count the original Jumanji with Robin Williams?
That's a board game. We're talking about board games.
Okay.
In a
Understood.
world where monopolies. Oh, wait a minute. That was in 1900s.
Can we count Free Guy?
I would. It's
Because
about
it's-
video
it's-
games.
it's
They have some
GTA
elements from
basically.
other video games in it, but
It's very
I love Free Guy.
GTA-esque, you know?
Yeah, I loved Free Guy. That kind of shows that people really glom onto that whole. The whole power structure too. It does show the power structure behind the industry too. That it can be like that. Not Taika Waititi.
Mm-hmm. of.
Taika Waititi's character is like, oh, like he's so cool, it's so awesome, and then you realize, oh, he's actually a scumbag.
Yeah, he's just a company or a corporate owner. That's
Corporate
just
owner who's
"All
like,
right, we're
I'm here to
pushing
make money
numbers.
only. I don't care if it doesn't work or
Load
looks
up
good.
dude 2 or load up dude now.
Guy too. It was a guy.
Or Guy, yeah, it might be. Oh, his name is Guy, but the bigger buff version is Dude. I think
Yeah,
the
oh,
dude
yeah.
or whatever.
With his New Zealand
Gran
accent.
Turismo's on there, but I can't count that
Okay,
because
okay.
it's not about the game. It's about
But
a true story about a
here's
guy
my
that-
thing. The kid who
great movie though.
it was a good movie. I actually watched that one day randomly on Netflix, and I was like, "This is a great
Wild
movie."
that it's on it's a true story. Like
It's a
this
true
guy
story.
was just like, I'm gonna play video games, Gran Turismo, get really, really good, and then someone was like,
Well, he
you
was-
wanna
he was
ri-
already
you
good
wanna
to begin
race a
with.
real car? Like,
Yeah, and then he just. I will count that because it is based off a true story, and it's based off the love of Gran Turismo. You know,
Yeah,
the
the
game.
game.
I'll count that one because that's a real
and
game.
I'm pretty sure he's still racing to this day.
I don't know if he still is, but he hasn't made a lot of waves. And
No,
like, granted,
no.
and granted, he's a different kind of car. It's not like they're doing like F1. Like,
Right,
F1's so much more popular right now in America than like some of the other races. Very
true,
But
very true.
I remember playing Gran Turismo as a kid. That was a game I really liked.
It's very fun.
And I like
It's
that they have it's-
very difficult,
yeah.
but it's good.
I like that when I saw that the trailer for Gran Turismo, I thought, what is this movie about?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is going on? They got Orlando Bloom. They've got
Right, big
Yeah.
star-studded
Yeah,
cast.
pretty
They've got,
star-studded cast. Dave Harbor,
Yeah,
as
thank
the
you,
guy who's
thank
like the
you, thank you,
trainer.
thank you, yeah.
But it's interesting because I'm like, I never would have thought you could make a story out of that, and they made a story that was
Right.
real that connected back. That's why I did like that.
It was very
You
obviously.
made a
it
video
wasn't
game movie without the video game elements being
the
too
video-
much.
Right, exactly. It was a little bit smaller on
Yeah.
that on that scale.
So I liked that movie. That was probably one of my top ones. I forgot about that movie. Wow.
a top one for me is Detective Pikachu. For
Oh my
sure.
gosh,
It's
with
just- yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, I love it.
I just really like that movie.
You know what's
It's
funny?
really good.
That Detective Pikachu came out roughly around the same time as the game Detective Pikachu.
Really?
There's a game called Detective Pikachu, and it did not do as well, like the game didn't. But,
wow, interesting.
But the movie did great.
the movie was
It
great.
was really
I mean,
good.
we're all hoping for
Yeah.
a second one.
I don't know if we're gonna get a second one. I don't know.
Do you think that would have been a great series? Like a good,
I don't know,
let's say
because
three movies
The
for.
game didn't do too much more, so they were just kind of like, oh, what are we
Maybe
doing
we
with it?
just kind of like put the lid on the pot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I liked that. I liked the Pokemon were a little bit more realistic, but not like cringy, scary, realistic. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen like when
I
people
love
do
that they're-
hyper realistic Pokemon and they look awful?
Yeah.
They didn't look. They had moments where they're like, and there are moments I'm like, oh, I'd
Yeah,
have
right.
that
Like
in
kind
my
of a
house.
really big mix of both.
Yeah,
where it
because
was
when
like,
you look at the animation from like the actual Pokemon, like the official artwork, and then you look at like some of the other stuff like people do at home, like the AI. The AI generated ones.
get 'em started,
Don't get me
guys,
started on
guys.
that. But the ones that are like are 3D modeled to look more realistic.
Right, yeah.
They don't look good. They look terrifying. I'm
They
like,
do.
I don't want that in my house. I
Right,
want
yeah,
this Psyduck
I
in
feel
my
like-
house, not that Psyduck.
right, the Psyducks.
Psyduck was kinda cute.
Bulbasaur was adorable.
Mr. Mime was terrifying.
Mr. Mime was terrifying.
But the concept of Mr. Mime's a little terrifying too.
And let's be honest,
Mewtwo was awesome.
Mewtwo was very cool. Mewtwo was like,
Greninja.
very godlike, very understandably like
Greninja though.
Greninja was cool.
Yeah.
I wish we saw more legendary Pokemon. To be honest,
I
that's where I was
don't,
thinking that they were
actually.
leading into a second movie because, spoilers. Go watch the movie. Ryan Reynolds comes back. The dad.
Which was I didn't like. I don't know if that was probably one of the part of the movie. I was like, that's the twist is he's your dad. That's weird.
It was a very weird.
I didn't like
twist
that. I didn't like
they
that.
were somehow few, but that's
Everything
where
lead
they
up
gave-
to that, and I was like,
It was one of those cheap plots where it's like we're making everyone Pokemon. If everyone's Pokemon, then no one will be.
Which I'm gonna kind of break for a second. In Pokemon, there's a theory that humans are actually Pokemon too. In the series.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's some sort of like different species, or
They're just a different type of Pokemon. Of humans.
Interesting.
But it's like humans.
I could see
it's
that,
like
'cause
humans
if-
at Pokemon were like this, and then they split off, and then Pokemon did their Pokemon thing, and humans were just like humaning. Humaning, that's not a thing.
Humaning. So we
But
lost all our-
that's in the series, and that's just a theory. It's not like anything
wow.
confirmed, because there's also theories that like a lot of Pokemon came from space or whatever. So
I could
there's
see
a
that
lot
too.
of theories in Pokemon that are just all over the place, which you can do when you have a lot of critters like that.
Quick side note on space. I just came across this Facebook theory. It was really cool. I
Final
just wanna
Frontier,
talk-
yes.
No, it was about, how we've obviously just went around the moon, successful landing from Artemis 2. But I came across the post that was talking about the reason that we haven't had contact, or at least extraterrestrial contact, if you will, is because you remember the super Earth or whatever is that model of Earth that kind of looks like Earth, but it's ginormous.
Yeah.
And it
It's
has
like a
such
vague idea
big,
of what that planet could be
more a ginormous
outside of our solar system.
gravitational pull.
Yeah.
So the idea is that other planets, the reason we haven't had any sort of I guess communications, because they cannot make their satellites out of orbit because their
Or the fact
gravitational
that they
pull's
might not
too
be
hard.
evolved enough to do that kind
That
of stuff too.
That too.
But you know what? That's just a theory.
That's just a
A
theory.
space
A
theory.
Space theory. Anyway,
No
yeah,
one's
that's
gonna
a-
get that
that's a
reference. I love when we make
That's a good-
references
that's a
that we
good one,
get,
though.
and then like no one gets that one.
That's a really good one though. I really like Mortal Kombat.
The new one
I
or
don't-
the old one? Because the old one has dumb memes.
The old one is good, but I enjoyed the 2021 one. It was really good. I
Oh
thought it
yeah,
was
that
good.
one I've actually wanted to sit down and watch. Get over here.
Get over here.
Do you get to play as? Not get to play as. Is it about Scorpion?
It
What's
is-
the
yeah,
story about?
It's about Scorpion and don't tell me. I know it starts with an F. It's Froze
Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero. It doesn't start with an F. You
Yeah, I
tried
was
to
like-
trick me. You
I was like, I was thinking of Frozen. I'm like, that's just not his name.
yeah,
That's an
Sub-Zero.
Incredibles one.
It's basically the story of those two.
Yeah.
And also, I'll give you a hint. It's about Scorpion's lineage. That's about it. That's all I'll give you. But it's really good. A lot of the characters.
No
a lot
Liu
of the,
Kang.
Liu Kang's in it. Yeah.
Okay.
The only one who's not in it, to be honest, is Johnny. And Johnny is the
Who
second
cares
one.
about Johnny? Johnny sucks.
Johnny is cool.
He's lame.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of lame, but
He's lame but cool.
He's the Hollywood star.
Yeah.
He just comes in. But yeah, they have Cassandra. Or Cassie. Cassandra is the daughter, correct?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Anyway, great
what-
movie, the great action, everything you want
I
to
heard it was
see
really
out
good.
of Liu Kang.
For-
Like the speed is great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
really
I think
overall,
that's,
really
I think
great.
that's good that they talk about that rivalry between Scorpion, get over here, and
Yeah.
Sub-Zero.
That is a line that's used, the parallel.
Does Raiden make an appearance?
Raiden is a very prominent figure in the,
I like
movies
Raiden.
too.
Raiden's one of my favorite fighters.
Let's see who's actually. I could just
Liu
read you off the
Kang
characters.
wins. I like Liu
Liu
Kang.
Kang. Fatality.
Fatality.
Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Cole Young, lineage for Mr. Scorpion.
Who's the guy with the forearms? I'm trying to. Oh, Sonya Blade. Oh, Sonya
Blade is in
Blade.
it.
Yep.
Jax is in it.
Jax.
The scene where he gets his power is so cool.
Yeah. Okay. You're making me want. You're selling me on this.
it's
By the
very
way,
good.
I've already want to watch it. Now you're selling me over the.
Raiden's on it. Liu Kang, Natira, Kano. Kano is a great character, obviously. Cabal, Kung Lao,
Kung Lao,
Raikao,
yeah.
Goro is in it. Shang
Goro. That's
Tsung.
what I was thinking. I was like, what about Goro? Is Goro in it? And we all love Goro. The forearms, right?
Yeah. He's in it. Terrifying. In the
Yeah.
movie, but yeah, great movie. So definitely worth a watch. And I think that's probably in my top 5.
Who's the main villain from that series? I'm trying to remember.
Sub-Zero?
No, I mean the whole the guy who organizes the tournaments.
Oh,
For those that don't know about Mortal
So
Kombat,
give him a rundown of Mortal Kombat.
yeah. So what Mortal Kombat is that it's Earth realms coming together from different locations. These fighters coming for a death tournament to see if their world's like worthy, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, to see if
and
they're
it's
worthy
literally
of,
just
like,
a
a
blood
great
tournament.
battle. Yeah,
It's just like here are Earth realms best fighters.
Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn. I was gonna say Shao Kahn. I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
And Shao Kahn's like the one who organizes it, right?
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna do this because I think it's
I
hilarious.
think it's fun. Yeah.
And Shao Kahn's like one of the boss fights. And so if you played the games, you know what's going on. If you don't play the games, it's
Go play the games.
Yeah, go play the games. Games
honestly,
are very
they're-
bloody.
they're really
We
fun.
will warn you, it's bloody.
enjoyable. But yeah, get your brutalities, get your fatalities, and have
Or
your
if you're
time.
Kratos, babality.
That's true. We're
Kratos,
gonna-
they had a lot of cool side characters they brought
They
in.
did. You have some DLCs that you can grab.
I played Marvel versus DC, or was it DC versus Mortal Kombat? Awful game.
DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, you could play as Mortal Kombat characters or like Batman or whatever, and it was not fun. The idea was great. It was just, wow, this game is
When
not
we
that
come
good.
back to break or from break, I'll tell you about Injustice 2 a little bit more. All right, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We were talking about Mortal Kombat and movies turning into video games. Finish him. Brutality. But I've got my boy Adam Sherwinski, of course. Adam, yeah, so you said you played Injustice?
Yeah, the first Injustice
That's the game that I think you're referencing. That because
No,
those
they
are
actually
DC
look it
characters,
up. Well, you got a computer right there.
Really? Oh,
DC
okay.
versus Mortal Kombat, where you had Mortal Kombat characters that fought DC characters, and it was like the Joker. I think it was Joker, Superman, and Batman.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
I see
2006,
Supes, Wonder Woman,
7?
Batman. Yeah, 2006,
6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow,
10.
PS3,
It was a PS3 game. I remember that.
2008. Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember going to a friend's house playing it. I was like, I really wanted to play it, and I'm like, wow, this is not fun.
Not very good.
It's just there's such a small roster of characters.
Wow, they made a Hitman movie. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you
played a
didn't know that?
That's with the guy that's in every military movie. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Timothy Oliphant.
Oh.
Agent 47.
Agent 47.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you played Hitman?
I've always wanted to play Hitman just because the
I
concept
haven't
of it is
played
really
too
interesting.
much, but it's very Jason Bourne style.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
you're
it's-
obviously a spy and a hitman.
with a tattoo on the back of his neck, right?
Yeah.
I knew those were movies too. I forgot about those too. You could also put in the Tomb Raider. We talked about Tomb Raider before, so we won't go
Tomb
too much
Raider's
into
on the
Doom.
list here, of course.
It was an excuse to use Angelina Jolie.
Right,
And then the
and
newer one was like kind of cool in concept, but I just don't think it was executed well
Yeah, it's the gal from who is this gal?
from the movies and TVs. Yes.
Laura Croft. She's played by Alicia Vikander.
I don't think I've seen her in anything else since then.
Ex Machina. I don't know if you've seen
Oh,
that.
Ex Machina. That's
She's
a good movie.
In The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Okay.
That's a really good movie. if
Yeah,
you've
that's a
seen
good one.
that. But there's one that I'm thinking about.
Ex Machina really messed with me.
Ex Machina messed with you? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The scene where he's pulling off his skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, spoiler alert. But the scene where he's like thinking he's a robot, that was really wild.
It was a little bit wild.
See, we're talking about movies that have nothing to do with our main topic. That's
But-
what we do here at Binging with the Boys. We're
Yes.
binging other topics.
Very true, very true. But yeah, movies to video games. There's a big list, and like we mentioned, like Tomb Raider is pretty big of a title to
Yeah,
make a movie into.
Yeah,
so.
and they've made games off the movie too. Some of the Tomb Raider games are just from the game or the movie they made with Angelina Jolie as Lara Croft.
Are we going to count Injustice, the movie? Because it's an animated movie, but it was made into a
it
game.
was. Did they make the game first, or it was a comic first? I'm sure,
Or
and then it was the
definitely.
game.
I'm going to
and
say the
then
game and then the movie because 2021 is when the Injustice movie came out.
I don't. It was an animated movie. Right?
I've never seen it.
Okay, yeah, and this is the guy who likes watching everything Marvel or DC.
DC and
And
Marvel.
Marvel, yeah. That's interesting because I know the concept of Injustice is literally Superman goes off the rails after
Yeah,
Joker.
Lois-
Spoilers: Joker
kills
kills
Lois.
and so
And-
everyone's trying to fight against or join with our favorite Kryptonian, who ends up being a tyrant. I mean,
Mr.
he's just,
Kal-El. Yeah, he gets a little evil. Well, not little.
well,
a
no,
lot.
he's not. Actually, he's not evil. That's his thing.
That's right,
He's
Bruce.
Bruce.
I'm not
I'm
evil.
just protecting
I'm
everybody,
protecting the Earth.
which is not true. He's actually a tyrant.
Getting a little crazy, that's for sure. Did you see the Assassin's Creed movie?
No, I heard it was awful.
I didn't either, and I
And
heard
I've-
it was awful as well. But I love the actor who plays. He's the guy. He's Magneto, the younger Magneto.
Oh yeah.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, Michael Fassbender. Yeah,
I
forgot
really
about-
like his acting, but unfortunately, yeah, I got bad reviews. I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a real review,
Yeah.
but
I think
haven't
what's
seen it.
interesting is that we're kind of intersecting a little bit with video game based off of a movie based off of video game based off of, and that's what you get into sometimes. Like this is based off of this, based off of this, based off
Right,
of this,
because
based
like
off of this.
sometimes they'll make a sequel to the movie, but it was previously a game,
Yeah, or vice versa.
or originally a movie, then
Right.
to a game to a movie. So yeah,
Yeah, so
interesting.
I think we're talking about video games turned movies, but it's also based off the anime and the card game Pokemon.
Pokemon. Oh yeah,
Which
absolutely.
has nothing. You could watch all the anime and like catch up on it. You would never have to touch the game to understand the movie.
Absolutely.
Just because Mewtwo is such a in the first game, Mewtwo is such a like at the end. Like Mewtwo does not matter throughout the main story of the first
Okay.
couple games. So it's like, oh, you could play the first game and never even see Mewtwo and get the entirety of the game, except for you want to go to Cerulean Cave to go catch him.
Plus, it's like when you think of the Pokemon movies or the video or
It's based off the anime.
the
It's
anime.
more tied into the
it
anime than the
feels
games.
like Mewtwo is such a big character, obviously, because
The movie.
of
movie
the movie.
propped him up.
Right.
Like the movie, like the game, he was big because he was the final thing you could catch. He was number 150 in the Pokedex.
And the show made obviously.
And the show made a big
Pikachu.
thing about it. Well, yeah, the show made a big thing about Mewtwo too. When got to Team Rocket, got to Giovanni, but it was the anime that was propped him up. And again, the whole movie's based off the anime. So that's why I'm not really counting it, because it's just like, oh, it's an anime
Right.
based off of a game. That's how you know it became a huge franchise. When
How
it's
about
all that
how
stuff.
about Wreck-It Ralph? That's
So
serious.
does that count? Because
Right,
Wreck-It Ralph was
it's
not a real video game.
It's an arcade game, but
But it has real video game characters in it. See, now at home, would you
See,
count
yeah,
that?
that's
Like
true.
Sonic's in it, Bowser's in it.
Sonic's in it, Bowser,
the-
Pikachu. I'm pretty sure there's
Pikachu's
Pokemon
not in it.
No, you're right about that.
Yes,
'cause
you
it's
think
definitely
Nintendo's
not.
gonna let that happen?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, they're gonna hold it.
They had to pull some teeth just to get
that.
They had to pull some teeth just to get Sonic in there.
I bet, and I'm pretty sure
Pac-Man was in it, right?
he was
the
only
first
in
one.
the second one. Yeah, Pac-Man's in it.
The second one's more about the internet than the
yeah,
actual.
the second one is
video
more like
games.
memes and like
Yeah.
gifs and internet stuff. But the first one, I feel like I have to count that, but maybe not.
Who was the guy? I can't. People are probably yelling at home like the name of these characters. The big Russian dude. Being bad is I'm bad, and that's not bad.
Being bad is bad. And
The
I'm not-
Russian dude. I can't remember his name. He's
from Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, but he's from Street Fighter, which also has movies too, which I have not heard much from those movies, the Street Fighter movies.
I haven't watched the Street Fighter movie either.
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph features significant cameos from Capcom's Street Fighter 2, most notably Zangief. appearing
That's
as
why I was like, oh, who is that again?
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot out there that you just don't think about
Yeah.
that are originally or could originally be games.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that one I think is I'll count it kind of because it's the whole point of it. I don't know. It's hard. It's kind of like with Ready Player One that they make those cameos with other characters. Like I think Master Chief is in
Right.
Ready Player One, even though Master Chief is not a prominent character in that.
No, that's true. Did you put a mod on this? No. Do-do-do-do. I love that
I
video.
love we reference memes that probably no one's like, no, like what are they-
Maybe the small
What
little
are we
percentage
talking
of person. I really want to talk about a movie that we're both going to have a lot to say on because we both saw it for the last leg of our show or less
Yeah,
leg
we got
of our
time.
episode.
Do you have to go to break? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Should we? I think we should. We could go to break
let's go to
early.
break
We'll be
early.
right back.
We got a lot to talk
We'll be
about.
right back. Right after this.
Bye.
What's up? Welcome back to Binging with the Boys.
He's ready to binge. I'm ready to go back to work.
He's ready to binge and
Binge work.
binge work, I guess. That's
Right.
okay. We all got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, we
but
gotta do what you gotta do.
the movie I wanted to talk about before going to break was Uncharted.
I knew it was gonna be bad when they
I know,
announced it.
right? Like we teased it at the beginning of the episode, talked about it a little bit, but
How far did you get? Have you ever played the games?
Uncharted, yeah. Oh no, I haven't played the games.
you
I've
watch somebody-
watched a lot of the playthrough. And
Yeah, so-
especially in the fourth game.
The fourth game's great. It's so different than the other.
Fantastic.
The first game's great. I mean, it's a good intro. If you play the first game, you kind of see like all the they need to fix this, they need to fix that.
Yeah. But if
And
you play 2 through there's 5, right?
there's Uncharted, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4 at Thieves' End, and then there's
Uncharted.
one where you play as Chloe.
Really?
But that's a side one. That didn't do as well.
So I guess we won't count that. But yeah, the fourth one was great. The biggest part I remember from that is the scenery.
It was a very pretty game.
Where it was just like
That was a game that Naughty Dog was
gorgeous.
like. Naughty Dog was like, let's actually like really push the limits on the PS4.
Right, yeah, and
They
they
pushed
did.
the PS4
Seriously.
And I think they've remastered it since then and put it on the PS5. But I own the first 3 that had the Nathan Drake collection, the first 3 games, and
Yeah.
I remember I got that with my PlayStation 4. So fun. The first game, you can see the bugs. Second game is just difficult. It's a hard game.
Really?
And the third game, I think, is the most polished out of the 3. You can tell characters get changed over time because the graphics, what they're doing with each
Adjust
game,
things,
it's adjusted. But yeah, the fourth game is just, I think that's peak.
it's a peak game
It's
for
a peak,
sure. It's
a
beautiful.
peak game. It's a peak in the series, and it's also like the end of Nathan's story,
Mm-hmm.
which okay.
And honestly, the Drake brothers, it's
Well,
something.
the Drake is what the name they
Well,
stole.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
They are thieves, by the way.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, so the movie.
How different is the movie? Because you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
And you told me this is coming from a guy who tells me to watch a lot of things. He told me not to watch this movie.
I
Just
told
saying.
you like you don't have to watch this. I honestly just spend your time watching PewDiePie's playthrough of the
or
fourth
play
game.
the game. Just
Or
play the games. Just play the games.
I'm a huge Tom Holland fan. I'm a huge
What? No.
Mark Wahlberg fan.
What?
I
No.
enjoy both of their
didn't know
performances
that.
in a lot of their movies, but this one just happens to be one of those where it's an obvious pretty boy cast.
Why'd
you
they
know?
do
It
this?
was like
This did not need to be made.
right.
That's my
yeah.
thing.
It's the Uncharted movie.
It didn't need to be made.
Really, you don't think this? I think that this is a movie this is a game series that does deserve.
It could be, but no one asked for it.
Right.
Were you clamoring for a movie about Uncharted when you could just play the game?
Honestly,
There
no.
are some games
but
that,
you know
like,
what?
let's just play it.
Let's be honest. It came out in 22. That seemed like it was where a lot of these ideas for turning video games into movies came out.
That's
and
the
so
same time period where
course
The
they're gonna
Last
hop
of
on
us,
the train.
The Last of Us did the same thing.
Right.
It worked out for The Last of Us though. That's
because you
different.
got to knock out like Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, and they changed it enough to make it work, massaged it. This one, I was just like, it's hard to believe that you've got a Nathan Drake who's supposed to be Nolan North, who does make a cameo in that. Nolan North does.
He's
as
literally
a guy on the beach.
He's on the beach, and then he walks.
I'm
in
like, oh, that's the actual Nathan Drake.
and he looks
Exactly
so
like
much
Nathan
better.
Drake.
Right, obviously.
I mean, he's older now, so he can't really play that role. But
No, but like I don't know. Tom is like I said. I think yesterday or the day before. He's still young looking. Like that's why I think he works so well when playing a character like Spider-Man.
still playing, yeah.
All these years later, 10 years later. But when it comes to someone like Nathan Drake, who's in his late 30s,
Mid to late 30s.
or maybe
Maybe late
is
20s.
About to.
You can,
No.
but he's got ruggedness. In the first game, he's younger, obviously,
Right.
But he's got some ruggedness to him. And then if you play that and then play At Thieves End, he has a little bit of gray starting
Right,
to show.
he has a
he's
little
also
bit of gray.
married at that point too.
So I think that a lot of the points that they missed were the look of the actors, and unfortunately that's their job.
does it-
Obviously, their appearance really matters.
Yeah.
and it came through on screen where it was like Mark Wahlberg, very chiseled,
we have
very
Mark
very
Wahlberg
fresh,
playing
very
an
clean
old
looking.
60-plus old
Right,
man
yeah, who's
who likes to
supposed
drink
be
and has.
kind of a scummy person.
He
And
talks like this, kid. Hey, kid, we got
it's-
this going on, kid.
you see Mark Wahlberg, and it's just
He doesn't sound like
does
that.
not come off
No.
like that. So it's like it was just a bad casting
Yeah.
all around. I think.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just very shocked that they
Pretty boy cast.
It
you know?
was,
It
and,
was just
I
like
was. I
these-
remember seeing that, and I was like, I just can't buy either one of them. When I look at that, I see we got Marky Mark trying to play an old man, and we've got Spider-Man trying to go on an adventure. That's all I saw.
Exactly. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, this is not selling me as somebody who enjoys the game,
Right.
loves the games.
Versus
Can't wait
if
till the
you
next game
casted-
comes out eventually at
Right.
some point. But
Versus if you casted someone maybe not very well known.
Right.
Like we've seen, I'm trying to think of like a most recent show that casted some different people that no one was used to, but you see them kind of shine through, and then you start to fall in love with that actor or actress, or at least become very fond of their acting style, and it's like. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like they dropped the ball on this. That's for sure.
I don't know. Were they just trying to cash in on Tom Holland being popular and Marky Mark being popular? 'Cause-
Marky Mark being Marky Mark.
Yeah, I don't
that's
know
a
if
name
this
that's
was one of
goes-
those. Is like maybe it was one of those when they first pitched it or something. It was going to be geared more towards the fans of the game, and then it just ended up swinging over immediately to
swinging.
yeah, like Spider-Man. But
yeah.
I think maybe some executives got into it. It's like, let's pick Tom Holland because he's hot right now,
was-
and let's pick Mark Wahlberg because he's we can get him for a really good price. And it's like, I think it was the studio meddling that
Yeah,
just ruined it, which happens a lot in movies. People
You'd
won't
be
admit
shocked
that.
to see that. But I will say that there's an interview out there, and I think Tom probably had some sort of, maybe he had some in with the directors or something. But I know that he wanted to make this movie. He's a huge fan of the game series, played
Yeah.
all of them, and I think in an interview he was like, one of the things I want to do is be in an Uncharted movie, and I love the idea of making a movie, but yeah, it ended up just flopping.
Womp womp. We're talking about movies that turn into video games. Let's talk about TV shows. We kind of mentioned it earlier with The Last of Us, another Sony property that turned it into a video game.
Yeah,
A video game
and
that turned into a show, and a very popular one.
Did not watch a whole lot of The Last of Us.
I was trying to
Looking
finish
up this list, I was like, dang,
I was trying to finish
really
the
missed out
game.
on that.
I was trying to finish the game before starting watching it. I'm still I wanted to finish 2 before I got back into it, and 2 has been kind of a slog.
The game
The
itself,
game. It's
okay.
good. It's just a slog. There's a lot to do.
Right,
It's a
right,
little bit more than the first game. And also it's an emotional game too.
It is, yeah.
Then also another game series that turned TV show turned video game, or video game turned TV show.
We're twisting around
Yeah.
words here, but
Bleh.
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Fallout. I just started the second season.
Fallout.
Yeah, first season was great, and it's one of those that like that's a game series that's got a lot of little Easter eggs and this and that, and like
small little things that no one would pick up on but the
Yeah,
fans.
my
and
dad
when
and
you
I
see it
watched
on
it.
screen, and you're like,
So my dad and I watched it, and he was like, "Oh, it's a pretty good show," and I'm like, "It was really good. The things they threw in there and how they threw them in there. It wasn't just like look at this thing because look at it. You are a fan. It's more like." Oh yeah, I see that. That's pretty good. And then and it was also an original story. The Fallout show is an original story. It has nothing to do with games. It's none. You could watch that show and still get a lot out of it because it has no necessarily ties to the game. Now you'll get more out of it if you play the game. Obviously, you'll understand the references, but. It wasn't until about I think the first season they didn't really have to have that. The second season you have to know a little bit about New Vegas.
Yeah.
And a lot of fans were worrying about like we played the New Vegas game. What does this mean? Because this game takes the latest in the series. It's as far in the timeline forward as it is.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, we played New Vegas, and that takes place before this. So
What's about to happen?
Now
Yeah.
they're trying to put the canonical pieces together. I mean, Caesar's Legion is still an active threat, so that's interesting. And you still have the NCR is gone in the show. Spoilers. The NCR is not a thing anymore. So it's like, okay, this takes place well after the Courier is around New Vegas. So I think I still have to watch it, finish watching it, but so far I'm enjoying it because we're talking about Mr. House or Mr. House, House,
Mr.
Robert
House.
House, yeah. And so the House always wins. And talking about his involvement with the end of the world. Yeah.
That is such a great series. Plus, our boy Walton Goggins.
Walton is in so much good stuff, and he plays I like him as the ghoul. Sometimes though, when I see that, I'm like, oh, I just see him playing Russell again from Vice Principals.
I also see him playing these funnier characters,
but he's
and
not
of course
funny.
Baby
He's a very
Baby
serious
Billy
character,
Freeman.
or Baby Billy,
absolutely.
But he's also from Alabama, so he has that country accent that he works really well with him. I mean, I think he's from the Birmingham area.
Yeah.
So he kind of picks up on that accent.
Well, I'm
and
sure
he uses it efficiently.
I agree. And I'm sure that in a lot of ways, we see this with a lot of actors that sometimes it's hard to break from the mold from your years and years of doing some similar characters. My biggest point of example for this is Robert Pattinson. I was going to say Twilight Boy. He forever he was Edward Cullen. Now he's literally Bruce Wayne. So
Yeah, well, I would say The Rock is one that just like action star that's big. Throw him in there, and then anytime you see The Rock in any movie, it's just
like
The Rock as The
he is
Rock.
the same. Yeah. I will say a character that brings some depth to it, even though he's sized, is John Cena. He plays scary characters. Peacemaker is a little bit scarier, but not necessarily. But then he's got these funny roles.
Yeah, I like him as Peacemaker. What was that movie that he was in with Idris Elba? Where Idris Elba was the prime minister. It just came out a couple years ago. I can't remember
he was the president. It's,
he
Enemies of the State,
or not Enemies of the State. I forget what it was, but it was a good movie actually. I liked that they kind of took the most American man, made him more American, and put him as the president. And they took Idris Elba, who's very not conservative, but very pulled back, and a little posh, and then made him into the prime minister. So I was like, okay, we can take. I like what they did with it, basically.
Yeah, what is that movie? Vacation Friends, Hidden Strike, Barbie, Fred the movie. That's right, he's Fred's dad in Fred the movie. Did you ever watch that movie?
I didn't know there was a Fred the movie.
Oh yeah.
Fred, hey, it's Fred.
Hey, it's Fred.
Wait, whose dad is that? John Cena.
John Cena is Fred's dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Fred.
Hey, it's Fred. Oh wow, I cannot find it, but I thought it was Enemies of the State or something. But it's on Amazon. That's the movie you're talking about?
Yeah. I can't remember.
I can't either, but really great. There's great movies from him. Ricky Stenicki is really funny. Peacemaker is really good too. But yeah, one of those actors that kind of gives a little stretch to it. That's for sure. But
do we want to talk about the elephant in the room? The dinosaur in the room, the green dinosaur that eats up mushrooms, and the guys who are plumbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So should we go to break first before we do that?
I guess. Yeah. I guess we'll go to break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't stay right there. Welcome back to Binging with the Boys for our last little wrap.
I saw them. They moved. You said don't move. They moved.
They moved.
They moved.
Why did you guys move? What did I say?
Come on, man.
What did I say?
They don't listen.
We don't.
They don't listen.
We're not moving. Okay, let's continue. So we're talking Super Mario Bros. For the last
Yeah,
little
we're the
leg
Mario
of our
Brothers.
shows.
That was also a TV show in the 80s and 90s too.
We're the Mario Brothers.
And plumbing's a game.
Plumbing's our game.
I don't want Nintendo to come after me. I'm afraid of them.
Yeah, they would definitely come after you.
Yeah,
And
they
that's
would.
why we don't make so many Disney references.
Shush. Anyway,
Mickey Mouse impression buried.
buried. You were
But-
so tempted to do Mickey Mouse.
but
I
yeah,
know you.
I thought it was a great movie. I've seen it. I think several more times now. I think 3 or 4 maybe.
Yes.
Very good. Really good.
And you know, I've heard from people who are not Mario. They've never touched Mario in their lives. Like they never touched which is weird to think about. I feel like every person who's ever played video games has played a Mario game
I
or
have
knows
yet- I
about
feel like I've
Mario,
yet
has
to
seen
meet-
Mario because he's such a big
I've yet
character.
to meet someone who's like, "Who's Mario?"
Well,
That would
they
be
know
wild.
maybe, or they maybe know him, but they don't know everything else about him. It's just like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
Mario's that
Understood.
video game guy. Said that they enjoyed the movie, even though they had no idea what was going on, like in the background, like none of the fan service stuff connected to him, but still enjoyed the movie. I liked it as a person who's played the games. The music, so good in that. The music in the background.
Me too.
Yeah. I was like, what is this? He's going
I'm
5, 2,
counting
5.
5, 2, 5. No, me too. Yeah.
So
I loved it.
The music, the medley they do when they're walking through the Mushroom Kingdom, and it just like has little toads running around, toad dudes.
When they introduced Toad, and Toad is just like
It's
this
Keegan Michael Key.
goofy guy. I liked that.
When I first saw the trailers and the teasers and stuff, I was like worried about the casting.
right. I think everyone was really worried about the voice
As much
acting
as
for
I,
this.
I don't hate it. It's just it's weird to have Seth Rogen playing Donkey Kong.
Really,
It's okay.
it's funny that
It's
that's
fine.
your qualm with the movie.
It's not even a qualm. He's not the worst voice actor in my opinion.
also
Anya Taylor
expected
Joy is my least favorite one out of all of them, and she's
Even though-
not
even
horrid.
though
She's
Adam,
not
Adam
horrible.
is a Anya Taylor Joy fan.
I actually do like Anya Taylor Joy. I've come around more towards her after watching The Menu, which great movie. What a movie!
Yeah, thank you for making me watch that because that was
Such a good movie.
very good. Very
One day I
good.
just watched it and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this is they did Binging with Babbage did a cheeseburger episode about this. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. Oh,
It is
a lot.
crazy.
It's
Go
a
watch
lot.
The Menu.
But yeah, she was great in that.
Yeah.
And you know, now watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie, we haven't seen the new one yet. That's the thing. We're talking about when
we're
gonna see
talking
it.
about going to see it this weekend. Maybe review it
Double
or
feature?
talk about it. Yeah, good. Yeah, because we want to see Project Hail
Project Hail
Mary.
Mary too. I've heard lots of good things about that one.
Heard a lot of great things. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. Great first movie.
I think it's good. I just wasn't sold on her performance as much. Still, and it's just because it's Peach. But I don't know. I just and I see it. I was like, oh, it's just Anya Taylor Joy who
Yeah.
happens to be voicing Peach. Whereas like Chris Pratt, who was the one I was worried about the most,
Right.
actually did a pretty good
Kinda
job as
knocked it
Mario,
out,
which is
yeah.
good because everyone was hoping it was going to be like Charles Martinet, like going Yahoo, woohoo, which Charles Martinet makes a cameo. But you got to remember, he's not the current voice of Mario anymore.
Right, no,
he
he's
retired from the role. Also, he played Parthenax in Skyrim. That's one of my favorite facts. He played Parthenax. Oh, wow. Yeah, so if you're a Skyrim fan, you get that. But yeah, no, he stepped back from being like, Yahoo, it's a me, Mario.
me.
Yeah, he stopped doing that, and so he has a cameo as like I think Mario's like one of the either one of his
think
he's
he's
one of his family
his
members.
dad,
No,
right?
I think it's his dad. Yeah, Who's a very small role, but like says a big line and that's it.
And obviously you can
Oh, you
hear
can tell
the-
it's Charles
you can
Martinet.
hear the voice, and it's very nostalgic for
Yeah.
those Mario lovers. But I also was like I was worried about Chris Pratt, voicing it, but then also to have Charlie Day as kind of like
I
that
love
comedic
Charlie
bounce.
Day as Luigi.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of like makes
that one
it,
I knew I was gonna like. I'm like I think I'm gonna like that because I love Charlie Day.
even if you have a really good Mario
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have up to par Luigi to bounce off of, I feel like that's where it might have fallen. Like if Chris Pratt wasn't bounced with Charlie Day, it might not have worked as well.
Yeah.
And
I
I
think
think Charlie Day is obviously a fantastic Luigi.
He's a funny dude.
I think about Luigi and I'm like, yes, that
is
is
this
the
your
voice.
guys' spaghetti policy?
Is this your spaghetti policy?
So yeah, no, I liked the movie. Very fun. Bowser. Oh, Jack Black as Bowser. We'd be doing a disservice. If we didn't talk about how he did a great job. I love how the interviews. You showed me the video a million times.
Do you like playing Bowser? And he's in a Bowser costume. He's like,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I like
do.
it. Yeah, it's great.
So a fantastic job, and that's part. I think that's him doing such a good job as Bowser, though, and being so into it because he gets into his role. That's how I get the Minecraft movie, which
Absolutely.
the Minecraft
yeah.
movie. I was like, I saw that and I thought immediately. Granted, this is something you didn't play Minecraft.
Did you watch it?
No.
Okay, I haven't watched it either.
It's just the memes and brain rot that came from it.
It's just,
bothered me.
unfortunately, I
Chicken Jackie, lava chicken.
I'm a
Like,
Jason Momoa fan. I'm a Jack Black fan.
Why was he Jason
But
Momoa in that?
why? I don't know.
Why
some
was
of
he
these,
Steve?
Some of these movies don't need to be made, is what I think.
I agree.
Right? You know, some of
not
these
every
things
video
don't-
game is made to. No one's sitting here going, like, "Man, I wish I had Sim City the movie."
Oh my gosh, no, thank you. Because guess what? You're just
It's city
watching.
planning.
You're just watching
It's city-
life.
Just go to city council. Just
yeah,
go
I
to
was
city
just gonna
council.
say,
That's
just go to
Sim City the
council.
game.
Be
Just go to
prepared
city
for
council.
angry comments and whatnot.
Yeah,
but that's pretty
it's
much.
literally it's just go to a city planning meeting. That's literally Sim City the game, the movie. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
Oh my gosh.
What would be a really outlandish video game that would never make it to a movie that we know that Hollywood would be like, all right, let's make it into a movie? Sims is a great example because that
SimCity.
should never happen.
Sims would be better than
No.
SimCity. No, hold on, listen.
Dude, that's
Listen to me.
just You're watching, ready? Every sitcom ever. There you go.
Yeah, fair. But so we already do that.
Yeah.
Therefore, it
exactly.
works.
Okay, I guess that works.
So I would say Sims would be more palatable. Plus, Sims is more popular than SimCity, the game.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right.
I think another one would be
Crash Bandicoot was the first thing that comes to
No.
mind. That'd be a horrible
Oh
movie,
my
right?
god!
I don't know how that would.
Well, if you did it, you could still make it into like an animated one, I
could
guess.
still insert,
But not live action,
You could still
please.
insert it for those nerds out there. You could still insert it in the Uncharted movie if you wanted.
You could. There is that scene
You
where they're
know?
playing.
You
in-
do play with Crash Bandicoot,
Which is
in
cool
the
because
game.
like Naughty Dog's like,
game
here's our
within a
first
game.
game, here's our current game. Look how much we've grown.
I know, I love that.
You know what a game I would love to see, and I'm curious to see if they could even do it well. And it would be a great rebound for a franchise that's dead that I love. And
Skyrim?
no, Skyrim's not dead. They still make Elder
No,
Scrolls
no.
games.
I thought you meant like
I
that's-
could see them doing Skyrim
I
since
could see
Fallout
that
had,
too,
had a lot of success.
you know, just
Problem is that everyone would be so upset if you didn't do all the quests and turn evil.
Yeah.
And you know you don't want your main character turning evil all the time. Like, ugh,
that's
it's
true.
boring.
That's true.
They could probably do it with Oblivion or Morrowind maybe because there's not as much like gray, morally gray to dark spots in it. Or the original Elder Scrolls Arena, which has
I
got
was
Jagar
literally
Thorn.
just gonna say Elder Scrolls would be
The original one.
kind of a really cool
The
one.
first one, not Oblivion, not Skyrim, not Morrowind. Elder Scrolls Arena with Jagar Thorn. No one knows what I'm talking about except for the really huge nerds right now. Anyway, Jack and Daxter would be really fun.
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter.
We only got
You
some
don't
time
know
left.
Jack and Daxter?
I'm sorry.
That's like Naughty Dog's like one of their biggest games that they just stopped making, and I love Jack and Daxter.
Oh my gosh, I do know Jack and Daxter. I
Yeah,
just
the
didn't know that.
precursor legacy. Sounds like such a good idea.
Wow.
All right, we're getting close. What is yours?
Alrighty.
Because I know what's your game that you want to make into a movie?
Game that I want to make it.
It's actually Flappy Bird.
I've got only like 40 seconds. Think. Oh, honestly, the only thing that comes to mind is Spider-Man. We've already got a whole.
Dude.
We've got a whole list of things that I can indulge in. So, a movie or a game that should be made into a movie. The game that should be made into a movie. Dark Souls, but a series.
Oh my
But a
gosh!
series, and it's just like a super disappointing
Oh
show.
my gosh!
It's a well-performing show, but it's so just pulling you.
Ratchet and Clank would be my other one.
Interesting.
And Jack and Daxter would be the two I could think of. Naughty Dog has some good little story games that are palatable for
Sicario.
people.
Would be
What?
cool.
Sicario?
Yeah.
Heroes Die Twice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, he's picking the hardest games ever.
Yeah, I guess I kind of am. Not. I didn't have a lot of time to think about.
Here you go. One that's already being made into a show. Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's already happening though. Well, we got to get rolling though, don't we?
Alrighty, we got to dip. We will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week. Go watch some movies
And play some video games.
Play some video.